Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month.
I am Adeyinka Adekojo Esther, and I have Adama Obina with me in this project. Give up a chance to grace you with our lifelong experience.
Bad news, bringing the world of disability to light. Stay tuned with us as we bring you a full description of this event. Thank you. To honor Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, you may see many people wearing green. Over to Adeyinka.
Why green? The color was chosen to reflect youthfulness and the new growth, as well as hope for advancement in treatment and acceptance. Over to Emmanuel.
What is cerebral palsy? Cerebral palsy (CP) is a group of permanent movement disorder that appears in early childhood, affecting body movement and muscle coordination. Over to Adeyinka.
CP is caused by abnormal development or damage to the part of the brain that controls movement, balance, and posture. Over to Emmanuel.
In some cases, the cerebral motor cortex hasn't developed normally during fetal growth. In others, damage is as a result of injury to the brain, either before, during, or after birth. In either cases, the damage is not repairable, and the disabilities that result are permanent. Over to Adeyinka.
CP is the most common mental disorder and the second most common disability found in children. Currently, over 700,000 people lie with CP. Over to Emmanuel.
How is cerebral palsy diagnosed? Parents usually notice developmental delay early, although an official diagnosis may be delayed until age 2 or later. Over to Adeyinka.
According to the National Institution of Health, early warning signs include. Over to Emmanuel.
In a baby younger than 6 months of age, his head lags when you pick him up while he's lying on his back. He feels stiff. He feels floppy. Over to Adeyinka.
When you pick him up, his legs get stiff and they cross or seizure. Over to Emmanuel.
In a baby older than 6 months of age, she doesn't roll over in either direction. She cannot bring her hands together. She has difficulty bringing her hands to her mouth. She reaches out with only one hand while keeping the others fitted. In a baby older than 10 months of age. Over to Adeyinka.
He crawls in a lopsided manner, pushing off with one hand and leg while dragging the opposite hand and leg. He cannot stand holding onto support. Over to Emmanuel.
What are the different cerebral palsy diagnoses? The specific form of cerebral palsy are determined by the extent, type, and location of the child's abnormality. Doctors classify CP according to the type of movement disorder involved. Over to Adeyinka.
Spastic, stiff muscle, attitude, written movement, ataxia, poor balance and coordination. However, CP can't fit into a one-size-fits-all box. There are several types of cerebral palsy with many variations. No two people with the disability will have it the exact same way. Over to Emmanuel.
How is cerebral palsy treated? There is no cure for cerebral palsy. Some of those who have it use medication to help control muscles and relax. Physically, occupationally, speech and water therapy are used to gain strength, be able to stretch and involve overall quality of life. Over to Adeinka.
About National Cerebral Palsy Month, CP was given its own month observance in 2005, thanks to the efforts of many including Senator Johnny Isaacson of Georgia and Senator Robert Chase of Pennsylvania. Over to Emmanuel.
The goals are to increase awareness of what cerebral palsy actually is and for the critical need for cerebral palsy research, funding for prevention, treatment, and cure research. That cerebral palsy is not a disease. It is the most common motor disability in children. Over to Adeinka.
That the treatment protocol of CP has not really changed much in 50 years, and it is time to change the therapeutic model for CP. Over to Emmanuel.
That we, the CP community, have the power to change all this by speaking up. That there is a National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day and Month. Over to Adeinka.
Bad News is here for you. Bring your story and we will tell it to the world. Over to Emmanuel.
Bab News, bringing disability world to light. Thank you for watching.
Hey everyone, Bab News presents to you a special episode of Abdubaki's Moment with Miss Yewande Ashafa. This is a special segment on Bab News where Miss Yewande Ashafa shares her journey in the disability world. This is going to be an interesting time with Boluwatifer's mom. Coming soon to Bab News. Bab News, bringing the disability world to light.
Bad News is here for you. Bring your story and we will tell it to the world. Make Bad News your story, entertainment and fun platform.
Bab News, bringing disability world to light.